So the topic of today's sermon is the blessing. Whenever we come to the temple and we make offerings, or we make Sangatana offerings or offer food, it's very important for Thai Buddhists to receive the blessing. If they don't receive the blessing from the monk, they feel like it's not done. Like, I didn't do anything. I donated money, but there was no blessing. I didn't get anything from it. And so for Thai people in this day and age, it becomes very important that they have to get the blessing from the monk. The monk goes for the alms rounds, they will sit on the floor and they will not get up until there's a blessing. They give something to the monk, they're going to wait for that blessing, because if they don't give the blessing, it's like they don't get their paycheck. They don't get the reward for their offering. But the thing that I noticed was that if you asked almost 99% of Thai people or Buddhists what the blessing means or where the power comes from, what is so special about this blessing, they couldn't tell you. They will just tell you that it feels good or that it's a good thing. But where does the power come from? Where does the meaning come from? And if we really thought about it, we would understand. Back in the Buddha's day, when you give the blessing in the Bali language, it was his language. So he knows exactly what the language is. The people listening understand too. It's almost as if I give the blessing in English, so you understand it. Or I give the blessing in Thai, so you understand it. And so back then, the power of the blessing was more about the meaning of the lesson rather than the magic power or the special power from the monk. The blessing is not magical because of the monk. Any monk can give it. Even when a young novice, have you ever seen that in Thailand where like a 6-year-old like novice ordains and he gives the alms round and he starts saying, the blessing, and it's really cute, but everyone thinks it's so holy because it's from a monk or a novice. But in reality, the holy thing about it is that it comes from the Buddha's teachings. It's a teaching. So let me explain to you what it means. The blessing comes into 3 main parts. The first part is a reminder. The second part is a well-wish. The third part is a teaching. So the first part, the Buddha says in the blessing, when they say yattha varivaha, where one monk will say it, what it means is it's a reminder that, hey, when you do something good, don't forget to share this with other people. Which means, like when you graduate from school, or when you do something really well, or you get your first paycheck and you tell your mom, how does your mom feel? Or when you accomplish your goal and your husband finds out, how do they feel? They're excited for you, they're happy for you. So what the Buddha is saying is that when you do something good, don't forget to share it, because other people will appreciate it. And the more goodness that you share, the more happiness there will be in the world. So don't forget to share. So when you do the good things, think of other people too. Don't just do it for yourself. Then the second part is the thanks, where we say, hey, I wish that you have good health, long life, happiness. I hope that you don't have diseases, you don't get sick. I hope that everything that you try, you succeed. I hope that all the bad things go away. So that's the part where the monk is trying to say thank you for all the good things that you've done, all the things that you've given. It's an appreciation. And so at that point of time, when the monk gives the blessing, you should be feeling happy that he's saying thank you. So when you do something good, he says thank you. You should feel appreciated. But the last thing is the most important, is the teaching that the Buddha leaves us. And he says, for people who want to have a long life, want to have success, want to have love, want to be respected, want to have happiness in their life, you have to remember 2 main things. 1, always be respectful to everyone. People who have respect, and number 2, people who are humble. These people who are humble and people who have respect, no matter where they go or where they live, they will always be happy. They will always be loved. They will always be respected. And they will always have a long life and be beautiful to anyone who sees them. And that's the moral of the lesson. So when you give the blessing, or when you receive the blessing, the power does not come from the monk. The power doesn't come from the sound of the nice melody that the monks are using. It comes from the meaning. So if you can take the meaning and use it, remember to share, appreciate the monk's appreciation, and then remember to be humble and respectful, you will receive 100% of the blessing. And you don't even have to hear it from the monk. Even if you just think about the meaning, you already got it. So don't forget, the power doesn't come from the monk. The power comes from the lessons that you learned from it. And that is where the value lays.